Hi everybody, out at the field today again with my RC Powers F-35 version 5, again with a different motor. This one's color coordinated, so that's got to be better, right? So I'll talk some more about the changes that I've made and show you at the end of the flight, so let's go. Okay, so during yesterday's flying session, I was still seeing the plane wanting to roll to the left, which I thought was torque roll. So I switched to a counterclockwise prop, and that seemed to smooth it out. And then I started to have problems with the Brother Hobby motor. So this is the RC InPower 2306-2750, which is essentially the same as the GEP RC motor. Does sometimes run a little hotter at the field. So this prop is now counterclockwise. So this plane has been challenging to dial in, but it's actually been very, on some levels, been quite enjoyable, because I seem to think that a lot of the issues that I've been working through, I induced either through my build or because of my crash or repairs after my crash, you know. So kind of going through the steps to, because now it feels really far more locked in than it has in the first two sessions. You know, I have a lot more confidence in it. I don't feel like I need to be, you know, focused on the sticks quite so much. And it's actually still pretty quick with this motor and prop. Oh, tried to do a rudder stall turn there, and she kind of flipped on her back. That's pilot error. I over-committed there. So she's got some pretty good giddy up still. You know, it's a very low profile park jet, you know, compared to like my F-22. Very stable in the wind, as I've mentioned before. Probably the most stable in my, it's a pretty calm day today here, but all right, let's give her one more rip by here. But far more stable than any of the other stealth planes in my hangar, and planes that have, you know, the angled horizontal or vertical stabilizers, I mean. Just greased the landing there. So anyway, so yeah, I think whatever the reason, the plane was constantly wanting to bank left, especially as the speed increases, I think has more to do with something that I've done in the airframe, either, you know, right from the outset with my build or whatever. So now, because, you know, this, oh, let me unplug the battery first. Now, because the prop spins this way, torque roll should be that way. So whatever, luckily, you know, sometimes you do just get lucky. So whatever torque roll would be caused by this prop spinning this way seems to have counteracted whatever is out of alignment with the airframe. The other thing I had to do was, it's going to be hard for you to see, but you know, I had this brilliant idea when I wanted to run stubbornly wanted to run a 6-inch prop, and I'd cut a big, you know, the foam here, which I showed in my last video. And what I noticed during yesterday's flying session was, as foam often does, you know, it'll find, the stress will find the weakest point. And I had cracks from the corner of my elevon servo down across here on both sides. Now yesterday I was able to do a quick repair with some 5-minute epoxy and kept flying, but I thought I would put the foam back in, not only for strength, but also another thing that popped into my head was, you know, maybe having that gap there was causing, you know, air, dirty turbulent air, to sort of spill in there towards the prop, or you know, as the prop wash was coming off of the prop, that these gaps were causing some issues. Anyway, that's my theory, and I mean, I don't know if that's what's worked, but all of those things combined now seems to make it a far more predictable park jet. So obviously it's happier, and I'm happier. So yeah, so we're going to leave it in this configuration. You know, I'll keep building up some experience with it on 3S, and then you know, I think maybe with this motor prop combo now and the speed controller I have, we'll give her a whirl maybe on the next session with 4S and see what sort of fun we can have. So yeah, so there we go, folks. You know, sometimes I don't get it right on the first try, and you know, sometimes my ideas don't work out the way I hope they will, but you know, it's all part of the learning process. The plane's still in one piece, you know, after the repairs, and still having a heck of a good time with it. So yeah, please check out the comments down below, or the video description down below, for a link to the RC Powers thread that supports this plane, because I've got lots of write-ups there on my build and you know what I've done since I started flying it, my post-flight reports, that sort of stuff. So thanks very much for watching. As always, folks, blue skies, calm winds to everyone, park jet noise, the other sound of freedom, baby. Take care.